10-0 at home this year. Great. All three phases, man, right? All three phases. A lot to work on, plenty to work on. It just goes to show you when you take care of the football and you take the football away and you play with good, strong fundamentals, that's what the game comes down to, man, right? The ball and fundamentals. I'm so damn proud of you guys, man. Resilient, tough. That is Buffalo to a core, baby. You embody this damn city and these fans, right? I know we got a heck of a lot to work on. Take care of yourselves tonight. Be humble. We got a big one coming up Sunday, right? On the road.
17. Hey, it takes everybody, right? It takes everybody. I'm so fucking proud of you guys. I'm so proud of everybody in this room. You are here for a reason. Don't forget that. It takes every single one of us. We're not done yet. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Resilient damn football team right here, man. I'm so proud of you guys, man. That same process every week. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Hello, everybody, and welcome into the AFC Championship edition of the Sean McDermott Show presented by Kaleida Health. Thanks for joining us here. Sean, thanks for giving us a couple minutes and big week going on. Hey, congratulations on a huge win. You beat the Ravens 27-25. Got off to a good start offensively. Your defense churned out 3 turnovers. Well, it's on to Kansas City for the AFC Championship. What's your mindset for your coaching staff and your players this week?
Well, I'm extremely proud of what we just accomplished, what they did, really. They came together as a team, all 3 phases, working together, and that's important as we move forward.
Yeah, as this game kicked off, the real story of it became the 3 turnovers. Taylor Rapp, interception early with the pressure from Matt Milano. DeMar forced a fumble on Lamar in the pocket. Vaughn recovers and scoops and tries to score. Man, I could feel for Vaughn. I was with him every step of the way, right? Yeah. Terrell Bernard punches it out in the fourth quarter. Huge play. Bills have now had a takeaway in 17 different games this season. They're most in the season since 1995, all the way back in the day. Why has your defense been able to consistently do what it's done in the turnover margin in a stat that's so hard to predict?
Yeah, it is, and I think more than anything, you get what you emphasize, and our coaches have done a great job during the week of emphasizing trying to take the ball away, being fundamentally sound, and being as violent as we can be.
So Terrell Bernard, let's talk about him for a minute. He said he thought about it all week not being able to play in that thing last year, and he's your defensive captain. Made some game-changing plays. That forced fumble was huge. Give us an idea of his presence and his effect, not only on the game itself and the X's and O's and making tackles, making plays, but on the emotion and the mindset of his teammates.
He's the leader on our defense. All the communication goes through him, and him not being out there last year in the Divisional Round was a tough pill to swallow for him and for us. And then, he missed the first Baltimore game this year. So it's important to his teammates that he's out there, and he certainly loves to play football and loves to be around his teammates.
Yeah, Josh wasn't Josh's greatest statistical game, although he was 70% completion percentage, had a couple of rushing touchdowns, tied for the most in NFL history with Otto Graham and Steve McNair. 30 TDs in 12 playoff games, tied for the second fastest player ever to do it with Kurt Warner. How has Josh's maturity taken this offense to the next level? We know his abilities, and everybody teases about putting the cape on, but really his maturity kind of showed through in this game a little bit.
No, it did, and I think it's shown through all season, even when he's played like Superman, or in this case, when he looked a little bit more pedestrian, quote unquote, right? But he continues to show that he's very capable of making great decisions for our football team.
So you're 8-0 at home in the regular season. Now you're 2-0 in the postseason. Huge difference against Baltimore being here in this building. Right. What's it mean to you and your team to be in the position where you can put on a show like that at home?
Yeah, incredible environment. Fitz getting us going, getting the crowd lit was just awesome. I wish I had more of an opportunity to kind of just enjoy that, but just special really to be a part of it. And I think those are moments that we share together in the community.
All right, Coach, we'll catch up with you later in the show to get your final thoughts on facing the Chiefs in the AFC Championship again. We'll be back after this.
The Game Plan is presented by Energy Mark. Trust Energy Mark for renewable energy supply.
When we come back, Eric Wood breaks down the top plays from the win over the Ravens. Then Dion, Dawkins, and Ty Johnson are mic'd up for the win over Baltimore.
Chopping Wood is presented by St. Bonaventure University, an official education partner of the Buffalo Bills.
Welcome back to the Sean McDermott Show, presented by Kaleida Health. It's time to break down the tape with our good buddy Eric Wood on another edition of Chopping Wood. The Bills won a nail-biter against the Ravens at home. It came down to the wire, but what was the difference?
Well, for the second week in a row, the Bills came out intent on establishing the run, and they did a great job of that in the first half. I love the way they finished in the red zone in the first half. And then the big story of the game was the Bills' defense and the takeaways. 3 takeaways by the Bills defense, and you have to love Terrell Bernard making a huge play in the fourth quarter with a forced fumble and recovery. This is a huge win, and now the Bills are on to the AFC Championship.
Well, let's start with Taylor Rapp's early interception in the first quarter. What did you see on this play?
The Bills brought Matt Milano, and he blitzes the back here, and he's able to get a swim move on Derrick Henry and cause some pressure on Lamar, enough that he can't necessarily step into this throw, and he's got to make a quick read. He tries to hit a corner route on the outside and simply just sails this one. After the game, Lamar was pretty critical of himself about this throw, but Rapp does a nice job of just playing center field, reading the eyes of the quarterback, breaking on the ball, and coming up with the pick.
On the next Ravens possession, Damar Hamlin wound up in space with Lamar, and he forced a fumble that Von Miller returned into Ravens territory. Take me through this one.
Yeah, so here, Lamar's going to bobble the snap, and he said after the game this was an RPO play, so he didn't want to just dump it down because the offensive linemen were going to be down the field, so he tried to make a play, and Damar Hamlin comes off the edge and is able to corral Lamar Jackson in the pocket. Not easy to do when you have Lamar in that much space that we see on the screen. And then the ball pops loose, and Von Miller shows off some of his old running back days with a nice scoop and run. But in snowy conditions, that's not easy to do there, to be able to scoop that ball like that, and he makes the Ravens pay.
Then let's flip over to the offensive side of the ball. Ray Davis got the scoring started with this one on a 1-yard run. Break this one down.
The Bills are going to be in 11 personnel, and they love the way they can block with their receivers, so they're confident in being able, even near the goal line, to be in 11 personnel. And so here you have a nice down block by Dawson Knox as the edge pressure comes. Khalil Shakir gets in there. He gets his defender out of there, and that's Kyle Hamilton coming off the edge. Nice blocks at the point of attack by Osiris Torrance, and Spencer Brown gets to the second level. Ray Davis, some nice vision to be able to squirt through a pretty small seam here down in the tight red zone for the score.
And then Josh got his second rushing TD just before the half. What did you see here?
So this is a unique formation. They got Shakir in the backfield in a fullback stance, essentially, a 3-point stance, and it's potentially an RPO where Josh can throw it out to Shakir. That, or that's just eye candy, window dressing, whatever you want to call it, to try and draw some eyes of the defender. In this play, it looks like a read option, but Josh doesn't hardly look at all, and it's not much of a mesh point with Ty Johnson. So likely a design quarterback run. David Edwards is going to pull from the left guard spot, get the kick out block. Nice blocks at the point of attack by Osiris Torrance and Spencer Brown again, and then Josh shows off why he's such a deadly weapon down in the red zone. Drags defenders for about 3 yards, one of which is Jones, who's about 340 pounds.
Great stuff as always. Thanks for this, Eric. We'll catch up with you next time.
Sounds great, Steve.
Still to come on the Sean McDermott Show, we have 2 players mic'd up for the divisional round win over the Ravens with Dion, Dawkins and Ty Johnson.
Mic'd Up is presented by Geico.
Off Coach Snow, baby.
It's gonna be you today, man. Leave these boys. I love you.
Oh. My face! Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. But I ain't gonna lie, my big toe is cold. It's just my right big toe that I'm feeling. Little snow ain't never hurt, man. Where else would you rather be? Man, what a time.
There's a snap. Allen gonna keep it, and he's through a hole to the 20. It's a first down and more.
Hey, I'm right here too with you. Just keep bringing it. Keep bringing it. Keep bringing it. Keep bringing it.
Hand it off, and stepping for the touchdown is Ray Davis.
guess you're okay, huh? I guess you're okay. Hey, that's big boy ball right there. That's big boy.
Second and 10. Awkwardness as Jackson wrapped up. The ball's out. Scooped up. Von Miller.
Let's go, Vaughn. Yes, sir, Vaughn. What a play. Positive energy is contagious. It's our turn, baby. Let's go. Let's put up points.
Allen straight ahead. Bulldozes in for the touchdown.
MVP! You doing it, baby! You doing it! Blue Gatorade! Blue Gatorade! What color is this? But you ever just look at the fans, like just looked at them? You ever just like took a second and look at them? All right, people, man. I love them to death.
Jackson throws, got a man wide open. It's Andrew. They dropped the ball. It's recovered by Bernard. The third turnover committed by the Ravens.
Hell yeah, TB.
Next up on the Sean McDermott Show, we're back with more mic'd up from the win over the Ravens. Plus, Coach previews the AFC Championship game against the Chiefs.
Come on, we gonna win this, bro. I got the P.
On 3rd and goal. He's going to hand it off or keep it? He's going to keep it. Going to keep it, and he's going to get double team, triple team, as Washington and company had him high and low.
What you think? Kick it or go for it? This is scary. This is some scary This is scary
Way over my pay grade.
It's over mine, too.
And the field goal unit is going to come on here for the Bills. Well, it's a 21-yard attempt from the right hash. Snap, hold, kick by Bass is up, and it is good.
Let's do it. Good T-Bass. Stay calm through the fire. Calm through the fire. Stay nice and calm. Finish it. Finish it.
The whole season essentially comes down to this play for these two great teams. You know, roll, flip it, got it. Oh, the ball was dropped.
Yes! Yes! Yeah! Yeah!
He had the 2-point conversion in his hands. Andrews did not hold on.
Yes! Yeah! Let's go! Sometimes you just need to go your way. Hey, lock it up.
There's the snap. Handoff to Ty Johnson. Running over the right side. He's through a hole. He's got the first down. And he slides at the 29-yard line. That's going to do it. Celebrate, Bills Mafia.
Come on, play. Doing it, baby. Yeah! Yeah! I'm sorry. I'm a big boy. Big boy, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let's go! Yeah! Yes! I love you, bro. That's it. Yes, sir. Next round, another opportunity. Let's go. One step closer. The fans, y'all came out. We heard you every step of the way. We're thankful. It's not over yet. One step closer. You already know. I'm Dion Dawkins. I have a snow face mask. I love y'all. Thank you for loving me.
After the break, our crew from Buffalo Bills Weekly give you their game preview for Sunday's AFC Championship game against Kansas City. Plus, Coach shares what it will take to get the win against Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs.
It's an AFC Championship matchup under the lights. Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes, two incredible quarterbacks showcasing what got them to this moment. Buffalo has to go into enemy territory. What are your expectations for this atmosphere?
Well, I think we all know that Arrowhead Stadium is one of the loudest outdoor stadiums in the entire league. The stadium's kind of contoured to rain noise down onto the field. The good news is the Bills have played there 5 times in the last 4 seasons, including 2 playoff games. So I think the majority of Buffalo's roster knows what they're in for. Hopefully that makes life a little bit easier, especially right at the start of the game where that crowd's going to be nuts.
Against the Ravens, the Bills didn't have to rely on Josh Allen's arm to win the game. That's because they found success on the ground, hitting big runs at key moments. It resulted in 3 rushing touchdowns and 147 rushing yards against a Baltimore defense that was allowing just 80 rushing yards per game. Against the Chiefs, it's a different story. You might have to rely on Allen's arm and ability to take over in a game to win this one.
Yeah, and I think we can use the Week 11 matchup with the Chiefs as a frame of reference. You saw the Bills offense run the ball 31 times against them in that game, but Josh also threw it 40 times. So I think the Bills will strive to stay balanced again, but I think we can safely expect Josh to have a bigger role in this one than we saw last week against the Ravens.
Buffalo's offense has made scoring points look easy this season. They've scored at least 30 in 13 games. For Kansas City, they've only done so twice. That means several games have gone down to the final moments. In those final moments, quarterback Patrick Mahomes relies on 2 players, tight end Travis Kelce because of his size and wide receiver Xavier Worthy because of his speed. How does Buffalo have to be ready for these 2?
Well, I think it helps because you can kind of focus your attention there. I don't think that means you ignore everybody else that they have at their skill positions, but you know you can key on those guys, focus your game plan around those 2 players. I will say the other guy to keep an eye on as a third option in the passing game is Noah Gray, their second tight end. He had 2 touchdown catches in the last meeting with the Bills.
The ability to run the football late in the season has become a huge part of Buffalo's identity on offense. In the divisional round, Buffalo and Kansas City had similar approaches on defense. They blitzed at the 2nd and 3rd highest rate. Buffalo did so at the 2nd highest, doing it 48% of the time. They had success, but in this matchup against 2 mobile quarterbacks in Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes, you rethink if you even want to do it. Both quarterbacks know how to beat the blitz. Actually, they know how to kill it. Allen has 16 passing touchdowns against the blitz and a 123 passer rating.
Yeah, and Mahomes is not that far behind either. So the key here is to pick your spots. And look, Buffalo with their front 4, it hasn't been consistent enough with the pass rush, so I do expect them to blitz and try to heat up Patrick Mahomes at the appropriate times in terms of down and distance, where they are on the field. And look, Bobby Babich last week did a good job of mixing in linebacker blitzers and even corner blitzers, and it worked effectively against Lamar Jackson. One of those led to an interception. So I think it's all a matter of when to do it more than how much you do it. And look, Bobby Babich did a good job last week. I expect that to continue this week.
An offensive line in the Chiefs, who has had to change a few times this season, has definitely been susceptible to allowing Patrick Mahomes to get sacked this year.
For more from Brownie and Maddy, including insights from players and coaches, plus exclusive interviews, check your local listings for Buffalo Bills Weekly, also available on Buffalo Bills YouTube.
Coach, at the Chiefs, 6:30 p.m. Sunday night, same time you played this last week. You played Kansas City Week 11 at home. You won 30-21. Lots changed since then, just kind of like with the Baltimore game. So many, the teams have evolved and continue to evolve. They beat the Texans 23-14 in their divisional round playoff. How does this year's Chiefs team compare to those you faced in the past?
Just as good, just as talented, just as well coached, and they're going for a three-peat, right? Which is uncharted territory in the NFL, around the NFL, and we're going to go in there and face a heck of a challenge at their place, the defending Super Bowl champs.
Pat Mahomes has won 8 straight playoff games in the NFL. It's a big number. Travis Kelce had a down regular season, but man, in the postseason they've turned it on and turned it up a notch. He was clutch in the fourth quarter for them. His 9th career playoff 100-yard receiving game. What makes these two guys so special?
Well, I believe they're not only talented, but the rapport that those two have together. When the game's on the line, that's where the ball's going to go, and rightfully so. They have a lot of trust in one another.
So the Chiefs' defense had 8 sacks and a blocked field goal in this division round of the playoffs. They're the 9th team since the 70 merger to have 8+ sacks in a playoff game. Karlaftis had a career-high 3 against Houston. What do you have to do to neutralize those guys up front? Certainly Karlaftis is a factor, and of course Chris Jones.
Yeah, I mean, we see if we can get an extra lineman or two up front, play with 12,
guys,
13,
right?
15 guys.
Right.
No, they're so talented, and Jones, Karlaftis, then the supporting cats they have around them. They mix in a ton of pressures to confuse you on offense, and confuse your protection, confuse your quarterback, affect it. So it's a big challenge for us.
All right, Coach, good luck this week in Kansas City against the Chiefs. AFC Championship, congratulations. Thanks to everybody at home for joining us. We'll see you next time on the Sean McDermott Show, presented by Kaleida Health. And until then, go Bills.
Final Thoughts is presented by Toyota. Toyota is the exclusive and official vehicle of the Buffalo Bills. Toyota, let's go places. The Sean McDermott Show is presented by Kaleida Health, the official healthcare provider of the Buffalo Bills. By Connors and Ferris, your workers' comp attorneys. Call 716-684-COMP today. And by Toyota. Toyota is the exclusive and official vehicle of the Buffalo Bills. Toyota, let's go places.